You're fine. You're doing good.
I'm doing real good.
I'm doing real deal.
That was really lame.
Okay, well, welcome to the podcast,
Boo!
everyone.
Come on, man.
It's okay.
It's okay. Look, first of all, we're 3 months in, more like 3 months late. New year. What's up, peoples?
Hello, peoples.
Is that better? Or is that cringe?
I don't know. A lot of things you do are just cringe.
All right, let's just do it from the beginning. 2024, new podcast. This is the Real
Deal
podcast. We are back with so much energy.
We're coming back to you. Get
Yeah.
some future interviews and whatnot.
Definitely.
Set aside.
No. Like you might be thinking like, oh, they've been gone for 3 months. They're not doing anything. And you're absolutely
And you're right.
Yeah,
I
no.
mean,
We're like, yeah, no. We've been making moves in the sidelines. We've been working. We've been doing other
Yeah.
stuff. But like,
been arguing,
we've been like,
been kissing.
okay, no.
Oh, my bad.
Okay.
So basically,
yeah, you tell us just what you've been up to, Christian. Tell the
Yeah,
audience what you've been up to.
me and Cooper have both been wrapped up on a film.
Boring.
Okay, well,
Nobody cares.
I told this guy to look at the levels that he does before the podcast started, and he just made that go to red.
Well, that's okay. No, but legitimately, go ahead. I'm gonna take a sideline.
Oh, thank you. So, bro moved his mic. So, the biggest things that have come up is 2024. Hopefully, with the new year and stuff, we've got a short film on the way. It's been really, really interesting learning and kind of moving through that process and figuring out how to, do everything has been really interesting. Cooper also can attest to that. We'll start posting and stuff about it soon, hopefully, and the edit is sure to start soon. It's going to be really good. We also had, at the beginning of this year, we had a bunch of snow. We had, so we couldn't come and meet in person, and we kind of want to keep the podcast that vibe anyways, but we also haven't, been doing anything like that. And then from then, we had some other stuff go on, some school stuff, some, personal stuff with some friends of ours, and we've also just been trying to get through life. I have my car broken into.
Your turn.
and it's finally my turn. I got what was for whenever I made jokes about Cooper's car getting broken.
Busted into, yeah.
But it's okay. I still have my car.
I guess something about me. I got a new car since the audience knew.
Cooper finally is on wheels.
Well, I had wheels. I just had
But they weren't like your wheels.
Yeah, they were never really my wheels. This is officially like my
your car. Yeah,
that's officially mine. It's really cool. I'm not gonna tell you what it is, so no one can come get it. But yeah, it's pretty dope.
It's a white Chevy Cruze.
No, it's not.
Just kidding.
I should have said it was, just so they could. Anywho, isn't that your car?
No.
Cut that footage. No, but yeah, I mean, I've been pretty much the same thing. Just literally everything Christian does, I do basically, because we're all just in the same school, club, all that, jazz with friends and everything. But just really working hard to make 2024 a good year. Besides, the big film I've got some stuff coming up that I think I'm going to be really proud of. And maybe we may do a keeping it I feel like we should do a keeping it short on our films that we release.
For sure, yeah. I think Howdy Neighbor is going to have...
That's the big one, yeah.
I think that one's going to have a full episode where we're probably going to try to get the director on.
Yeah.
And we might even get some cast stuff on there. But also, we've started transitioning. We're in a transitional period right now of getting an umbrella production company that'll be kind of like this podcast will belong to that.
Yeah, we'll be soon, underlining with them. Everything we do, we'll be partnered with them.
Yeah, and I don't want to jinx anything, but we're having a big meeting and stuff, and it's going to be really fun. It's it's something I think will work out really well, and then we'll kind of have some more legitimacy with our podcasts and stuff. But it's good that we'll be starting off because it'll be a conglomerate between friends, and it's kind of cool that we'll be starting off with how many videos do we have now? 22.
What are you talking about?
No, we don't have 22 episodes on this podcast. Yeah.
We're getting close. I think we're on like 15. I'll do a little quick research.
Yeah, you do a little quick research. But either way, we'll have a starting catalog of a podcast that's been running for a while. It's really interesting seeing kind of just getting to do some long form content that I don't know, in between projects and stuff, we at least have 2 or 3 things we're trying to post and whatever. And we're not the most consistent people in the world, but
I think maybe the studio will get us more consistent. I think.
Yeah, I'm hoping as well.
Because I think we're gonna try to get that. We are 20. 20 was the BoJack.
Oh, 20.
So this is 21. So.
So 21 episodes. That is kind of crazy. that we've had 21 episodes.
21 episodes, 2 years.
We've been posting basically once a month.
Basically almost about once a month. Because, I mean, I think we started, like, in May or March or something of, like, 2 years ago. So
it's really interesting. I mean, it's something we've stuck with.
Oh, not March.
Least.
We were in, it was, like, September of, like, 2022. So we'll be two years soon. It's, like, something like that if it came to posting. Because I remember we said something on, the second episode of BoJack or something. So, something like that where we were just about all that. But yeah, it's almost been it's been a full year, a couple months now. We just really want to do something cool for you guys and just bring more good stuff to you, more content. Again, we're finally out of that wave of like reviewing a TV show because that took forever.
Sorry about that, guys. We definitely should have done the first idea where it was just covering the whole show.
Well, it was that, but we were like, we're going to go more detail, and we did, but it was also like, knowing us, how inconsistent we were, people were waiting for like a BoJack episode for like 6 months.
Yeah, and that's, we should have done something different.
Did you find it?
Yeah, so our first episode was posted...
Does it not say the date anymore on YouTube?
It just says a year.
What's the year?
Well, it's 1 year of post time.
I think it's. I legitimately think it's like September or something.
It probably is. It's probably September something. But also, I will say our BoJack series, for how long it took us, it got some pretty consistent clicks.
It was very successful, I think, when it comes to consistency, and the views was definitely. But I think we just wanted to go back to our normal routine of like, we find a topic we like that. Is because we're not just TV shows or movies. I mean, obviously this one's gonna be about movies, but it's about like anything. You were just dropping that we want to do, like maybe talk about internet content, because there's so much like, especially in the division we are in, like we make short films and stuff. We're short film creators. We don't have the access to have our films shown in a theater yet, and the only people that will see it are people on media content
or people who are in possibly. Like short form,
or like short film, like festivals,
contests and festivals.
But that hits only like a couple hundred people, maybe 1,000. Where in like a theater you can reach like millions.
Yeah, for sure.
And unfortunately, that's something that we don't have the access to yet. So YouTube is like Vimeo, all those like social media sites, and there are wonderful like, because we watch it so many times together and with our friends. So many short form videos that are like animation or film.
I remember talking about what happened under the moon on this podcast and talking about getting maybe the director to be there whenever we were trying to record an episode. Yeah. Never wanted to do it, but he might want to for Howdy Neighbor.
I really hope he does, because I think this is just, it's a movie he's a lot more proud about. It's a bigger production. It's his first like big short, and he'd be down to talk about it. I think we just couldn't catch him a lot, and he was very busy, I think, when he was doing his stuff for a while.
Super busy and
I mean, like he's always on the run. I just feel like we can never get him in a room with us.
Yeah, it's sometimes just hard to get him into a room.
What do you think he's up to right now?
He's probably laying on his bed, smiling like an idiot, or something.
Maybe wearing his like Barcelona hoodie.
Yeah, his Barcelona hoodie, maybe class of 2021 pants. Yeah. So if you guys didn't know. The director of the episode is actually right next to us,
but he still won't talk to us about it. We
don't have a mic for him yet.
When we get a third mic for guests, which is hopefully very soon, but we will. We want to again make it special. Also, the film isn't out yet, so we don't want to talk about anything before like the initial like merchandising gets released. I think the moment. What's up?
Nothing.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. The moment more like branding or whatever it's called, like promotion, that's what I was trying to word for, is when more promotion comes out for the film, then we can like talk about a podcast for it. I just think that like we shouldn't be the first thing to talk about it.
Yeah, and I've been also thinking that we could have a section on here where it's like we just get a couple of our video buddies and stuff, and we sit around and just talk.
I think that will later be like a playlist for us, like an album in our YouTube thing, where we just talk. We get like creator interviews. I think that'd be really good this year. And because of the people we have, we could probably pull that and have that happen. We just have to get on our game and email people and stuff.
Speaking of this year,
is that what we're jumping into?
I'm good.
Okay, I didn't know if you were doing that, not or so.
Yeah. So speaking of this year, the main subject we want to do today on the podcast is just upcoming movies.
I mean, there's a lot, because if you don't, people who maybe aren't in the big movie scene. 2023 was a pretty good year for movies, but also like it didn't release anything too big when it came to like the blockbuster scene. Like, you know, there was like Mission Impossible and like Oppenheimer and Barbie, but like this year and 2025 are the years that got pushed back movies sometimes. Like,
so a lot of movies have come out and they all look like they're pretty low quality because they're trying to
the 2024 ones
capitalize. Yeah, I feel like
it's
there's been a lot of movies that it feels like they're just trying to capitalize on something.
So what it is for 2024 is really like, it feels like, one, it's the movie of the SAG pushback, because there were movies like that already came out, like Argyle, stuff like that, like, you know, Craven, movies that are coming out this year that were supposed to come out last year, like last year.
Here's my question.
Yes,
I've seen there are some pretty rough looking movies for this year.
Okay, I mean, there's already been some.
My question is, do you think any of them are AI written?
So there was it's really funny to talk about that. There was a movie called Madam Web. And
wait, is Madam Web AI written?
So it's been very like guessed upon, because it was rewritten a couple times, because it felt like such a brand movie. It was so bad. I think I reviewed it like a 2, I think, on Letterboxd, but and that's like my new favorite social media, by the way. It's so freaking cool. But no, it was rewritten, and I think people were like saying that during the rewrites, they're speculating that it may have had like AI written like
lines and dialogue
and stuff in there, just for, because the movie is just so
robotic.
It's so robotic. It's so bland. The characters are so uncharismatic, and I really like. There is no real good side to the movie. Like,
rough.
It's what it is Sony has been making these movies since like 2018 now, where it's a spinoff, because they don't have access to Spider-Man anymore, besides in the animated realm. They're making like movies about the characters that Spider-Man would like fight or interact with.
Yeah.
And try to give them fleshed out stories when they don't have like the IP themselves, besides like Venom.
Yeah, and they're going pretty whole hog with Venom, I think.
Venom is the one where I think it's the one where it works, because they're self-aware of how stupid it is, and even from the first movie they got it, and the second movie they cashed in more on it, and I'm assuming this third one's just be
another cash in,
a complete fun cash in. Like, I know Venom's not gonna be great.
Yeah, I don't mind the Venom movie. They're honestly, the Venom movies recently have been on par with the
Marvel,
some of the Marvel stuff that's been coming out.
So because Marvel's just going down.
Well,
Venom knows what it is. Venom is just dumb fun. Like, they replicate movies from like the early 2000s superhero stuff, and I'm okay with that, because I'm just so down to have fun. But Madam Web was not that. Madam Web was like joked about to maybe be it, because like Madam Web and Morbius weren't hilariously bad movies. They were just bad movies.
Yeah, I Morbius got really saved in the box office by memes.
Madam Web was not memeable.
No, it's just bad.
It's just it's boring. It's not funny. It's acted really bad. And what makes it worse is whenever someone talks about it being like, oh, it's going to be this movie that's different and unique, you turn people off to your movie, dude. So like,
by the way, totally forgot to say this at the beginning. We are going to try to go through a rebrand. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah.
So upcoming podcasts may look a little different than old ones. Tell us if you like it or not in the feedback, please. But I want to throw that in the beginning.
Yeah, we got a cool little artist sketchy guy on it.
Yeah. So the movies I am the most excited about.
Let's do excited.
Yeah.
And then I'll toss them your way, and we'll just do like that. Maybe we don't mention.
I like that. Yeah.
And just say like yes or no, or if you don't know what it is, I'll tell you about it.
I mean, Dune Part 2 looks beautiful. It looks like it's going to be so good.
It's probably my most anticipated movie of the year, because one,
Dune Deadpool versus Wolverine isn't yours, or not versus, but with.
No. I know it's because I love it. I love the X-Men movies. I love all that. But for me, Dune Part 1, I knew it was a book. I never read the book. That movie got me to read the book. That first movie was just so good. The elements were so great. I love space politics, dude.
It looks like it's really cool. And I mean, there's some shots in it that are like they look like a photo shoot that you'd see in Vogue. Like there's the way that they do things, and I'm sure whenever we can get our director buddy on here, I think it'd be cool to get him on here after we talk about the second Dune, and we can maybe go into depth into it. I would love to do a Dune episode. I
can do a Dune episode or a Dune keeping it short.
It's 6 hours worth of footage, just the new Dune.
Just the new Dunes. So what I've been hearing is that it's basically like legitimately picks up like 5 minutes after the first one. So sometimes you may want to watch it as like a whole, but it just looks so good. The guy who's made this movie behind it, Denis Villeneuve, he's behind Arrival, Blade Runner 2049.
Arrival's good. Oh my God, is that the new Blade Runner? Oh, it's so
he
good.
He knows how to write sci-fi and direct sci-fi. So I have
shoot sci-fi. Yeah, he's shooting it well.
The cast is really cool. I'm just invested because, and for some people, I think this is gonna be like maybe an easier way to get into Dune. Because like for the first Dune, I talked to some people and they just couldn't get into it because it's a bit of a slow burn. You do have to develop the world and talk about it. And some people like more action. They like Star Wars. I like Star Wars too, but Dune is the political Star Wars. You know, there's not a lot of fighting. There is like 2 fight scenes in the first Dune movie. It's spoiler. It's when they get invaded and when he fights the guy at the end with a knife fight. That's it.
Isn't there some more knife fights where they're doing the slow combat and he's learning how to use the shields?
There's like 1 training scene, so there's 3 fight scenes total.
By the way, I haven't seen the first Dune, but I know I know the whole story, so like I can at least converse about it right now. I need to watch the first Dune.
Do you have Max?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so it was on Netflix. It's gone now, unfortunately, but it's on Max.
Funnily enough, speaking of Netflix, I think my most anticipated film is going to be Spaceman.
Oh, it's out now.
I know. I need to watch it.
Paul Dano looks cool in that one. Spaceman looks good.
I mean, it's Adam Sandler, and he's talking to a space spider.
Well, also, like Adam Sandler with a lot of not just Netflix movies, but a lot of like dramatic roles, he kills it. I mean, Punch Drunk Love, Uncut Gems.
I mean, he's an actor with some phenomenal range.
He's a good actor. Yeah.
So basically, are the most anticipated stuff this year.
Give me like, just keep going.
It's Dune, Spaceman, Wolverine, and Deadpool, which just looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's the only Marvel movie.
Yeah. And thank God they don't need to do anything else.
Okay, so I know you had a flow and I'm cutting it off again. I'm sorry. But I was talking about this with our friend, but it was like, I was saying, MCU is trying to like, I feel like this is going to happen where the MCU is going to have like, they're going to have 1 movie and they're doing this to probably have a breather. They're like, okay, we had too much content the last couple of years, like 4 movies a year. We're going to calm it down. We're going to let people feel like, oh, I want more Marvel now because I only have 1 product. And then they're going to hit us again with the 4 movies next year. And then people are going to be like, well, then I wish I had I'm glad I'm having a breather, but they're not really learning their lesson.
Yeah, I bet that they're going to end up. I'm going to give them probably 6 movies until they start figuring out that they need to just make really good movies. Well, I think Deadpool's going to be good.
I think Deadpool's going to be good. I really hope Blade's good. I mean, like, it's been going through the most.
I hope so as well.
It's been going through production hell since it's got announced like 5 years ago.
My question for you.
Me? Okay.
Is, have you seen the commercials for Godzilla X Kong, The New Empire?
I don't want to see that movie. I wasn't a big lover of the Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah.
And that's just because I'm a big story guy. My thing is I'm a writer and I love, and listen, I will get down on a dumb movie that knows it's dumb. But the thing is, they know it's dumb, but they're still trying to make it serious.
Listen.
The balance doesn't work for me.
You gotta watch big monsters fight in theaters. It could be the last movie we get to see that.
I'm gonna go see it, but I'm not gonna be.
Oh, I want to go see it.
I'm
so
gonna
bad.
not be thrilled.
It looks like it's gonna be bad, and that sucks. But I have such a deep
They're running
love.
together, and he's got like the robotic.
They look like
arm.
Fortnite skins.
A movie I am interested in though, about talking about apes, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes.
I thought you were gonna say Kung Fu Panda 4.
Well, I don't see Monkey anywhere. I don't
yeah,
see
he's
the Furious
not in there.
5. I'm talking like, I'm straight up talking.
I just touched one of his most hated movies for this year.
But I'm talking Kingdom Planet of the Apes. It looks amazing. I love the trilogy. I think we said we're gonna try to do an episode, maybe keeping it short on that before the movie comes out. I think we should watch all 3, watch the new one, then talk about it. So it'd be like a spoiler thing. But I love those movies.
Have you seen Watchers? The trailer for Watchers?
No, but I heard about it.
Ooh, it's good. It looks like it's going to be really cool.
I did hear about it. Watchers. I know we looked at this movie trailer called The Bike Riders. That looked really cool. Tom Hardy. That's going to be another movie for him. Austin Butler.
Baby Dolls came out already.
Oh, yeah.
The Joker, the new Joker movie. Looks like it's going to be fire.
So Joker 2, funny enough, actually has a $200 million budget. Dune had a budget of $190 million.
Ooh, that's crazy.
It's also because of the payout. Like I think Lady Gaga's getting 25, Joaquin's getting 30 million, Todd Phillips probably getting like 30 million. Good for Todd Phillips. The director's getting a bag too.
What movie do you think is going to end up being
the best? Like,
well, let's say
probably Dune.
What movie? I mean, there's a lot of movies. I hate to say it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of these movies are B-list movies that are like not the worst thing ever. I mean, the Ghostbusters movie looks like it's going to be good. Okay,
yeah, that trailer, first trailer with the little music where it's like people have died and froze to death in July. Like, I think Ghostbusters has always been a thing in my childhood. I'm ready to see this new one. I loved Afterlife. I mean, I didn't love it, but like, it was a great legacy sequel compared to like the reboot, which I actually kind of defend sometimes, but like, I just think it's on a good path. If it's trying to like hand the reins down of Ghostbusters, it's working very well.
Yeah, and I can agree on that.
But maybe let's talk about. Well, let's do one more.
You could throw out if you want to just start throwing out movies like you said.
Yeah. So what we'll do, just because there's a lot of movies in here, I'm just gonna go through a list. If you don't know it, I'll tell you a little like description, and then you just go yes or no.
Sounds good.
Okay. The Thunderman's Return.
Bad. It's gonna be bad.
So, bad.
It's gonna be bad in the way that Thunderman's.
It's a TV movie. I think you have to give it the credit where it is.
It'll probably be fun for people who like the Thundermans. I think that I grew up, right at the tail end of my life watching a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But kids who grew up watching the Thundermans, I assume that they're gonna be hype.
I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm a Thundermans kid.
There you go.
I saw literally all happened is I saw it on like an Instagram and one of the actors was like, "We're back," and I'm like what? And it's a TV movie. I think it's gonna be on like a Paramount or Peacock, so pretty cool. Kung Fu Panda 4. I'm a no.
Well, I think we know that one is not gonna be.
Well,
good.
You know what I'm thinking is they literally said it in an interview. It's similar to Cars 3. But like not like where Poe's all dried up. It's where Poe has to choose a new Dragon Warrior, and you're kind of like, who's gonna be it?
Yeah, I mean, we know.
It's
we know
Awkwafina's wolf character.
Sorry, and I hate to say it, they're gonna try to end up making that franchise. They're gonna try to give her a franchise.
Make her the new Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah, which I understand wanting to do that, but man, you had a solid trilogy. Super solid.
You could have left the IP alone. I will say a movie that came out that DreamWorks did do pretty good on. I know it's like I'm like, all right, let's do something. Cut away. It's called Orion in the Dark. It's on Netflix. Pretty cool movie. It's definitely didn't have like the crazy budget that like a normal like release Pixar movie did, but it was like a solid 7, man. It was just a cute short story depicting like the night creatures was good. The animation was cool. It had a little issues. I didn't really like how it was kind of picking off of the Princess Bride, but
I know that there's a Twisters movie coming out as well.
Yeah, Twisters with
an S. Twisters.
Yeah, Twisters. Because if you
anyone who's legally distinct,
like all you old people, so like my parents, love you. You guys know what Twisters is or Twister.
Actually, I've watched Twister.
I've seen Twister. Well, yeah, I've seen Twister. I'm gonna always try to say Twisters, but it's Twister. Yeah. I've seen Twister a lot. I've been on the ride at Universal. So I
never did the ride at Universal for that.
It's like a walk-through ride. It's not really like a ride.
I did the ride. Oh, what was it? So they show you, by the way, if you're a filmmaker and you want to do something that isn't like go to Disneyland, Universal is so cool. They take you through a live set. A lot of sets that are used in like filming and stuff are on their lots a lot of the time.
Yeah, they're still there.
So whenever they're making movies and doing shows, a lot of times they are shooting while you're going through. But we went through the ride where we did the Fast and Furious one.
That was
and then which is actually pretty fun. I can't even lie. And then also there was a Jurassic Park one.
I like the before of all those Universal rides where you get to kind of like walk through the scenery and there's like some cool stuff there. I think the rides themselves. I think the Jurassic World or Jurassic Park one.
It's probably good. Jurassic World.
Well, they revamped it, and I had been going like 2 years ago. So, but I just think
the King Kong one was cool whenever it came out. I never got to go do that one though.
Oh, you mean like the way back when one?
Or? Yeah.
Well, there was 2 different ones. There was a King Kong one. There still is a King Kong one, I think, or maybe they changed it.
I may just not remember it.
It's similar to the Fast and Furious thing.
Oh no, yeah. It's the same ride.
But there was a King Kong one. You're right.
We did the King Kong ride.
There was, but like way back and before we were like old enough to remember, there was a King Kong ride at Universal that they changed. It was way different.
By the way, the Simpsons part of the Universal Studios was really fun. I like Simpsons a lot. The Despicable Me one was kind of whatever, but it's a really fun park, and I think I think I had more fun there than I would have at like Disney.
Speaking of Despicable Me 4, yes or no?
No. Why are we still making movies?
Why are we making more IP movies about stuff?
Why are we doing any more? I mean, straight up, it's just me. You should have ended at the first one.
Make a trilogy and then cut it. Like
not even that. The first one was fine. The first one's a good movie.
I think the second one's pretty funny with El Nacho, but like I think.
I don't think the third one was needed. At least you could have the second one and it would be okay. But.
Yeah, you could end on the second one. You got all these characters. You could make the Minions movies, the IPs and stuff. But right now they have 5 movies, and now they're adding a 6th one. It's kind of like it's a lot.
Are they still doing Shrek?
Shrek 5's been in development hell for so long. I don't know if it's coming out.
It's never gonna come out. I hope not. At least.
Well, if it's either gonna come out.
Didn't they want the Minions to cross over?
I don't know. It's either gonna come out like just out of nowhere, and people are gonna be like, "What the heck?" Or Michael Myers is gonna die. Hopefully not. And then they're gonna be like, "For his legacy, we finished the movie." Because, I mean, the last Shrek universe thing was Puss in Boots 2, and that was phenomenal. But like, I don't think Shrek 5 is gonna have that vibe.
I just don't get how you could make a Puss in Boots 2, and make it
so
good, and make Shrek bad.
Shrek 5. Well, I think expectations are going to be high, and that's going to be sometimes what it is.
Well, as long as they don't make the Minions crossover. If they make the Minions, that is just killing your movie.
That's
you just shot your movie.
That's straight up just brand, trying to be like brand recognition.
It'd be basically the Emoji Movie.
Well, like I was talking about, or Madam Web, going back to that movie, I really don't want to, but it was kind of a brand deal. There were like tons of Pepsis.
Isn't there a scene? Yeah, isn't there a scene where she just drinks a Pepsi?
She holds a Pepsi. she drinks Pepsi. The main character, spoiler, the main villain gets killed by a Pepsi sign.
That's crazy.
That felt AI. Like that part felt AI.
That's crazy. That Pepsi won.
I love Pepsi.
I mean, that makes me want to get a Pepsi.
Listen,
the idea
I'm a Pepsi.
That's kind of funny.
Working in the movie theater, I was Pepsi centric. I still love Pepsi. I think honestly, I'd choose it over Coke. But come on, bro, you're stop doing that. Stop putting your brand in a movie.
Yeah, I agree.
Or at least so obviously in a movie, like, because it was like straight up like she was holding it towards the camera,
dude. And it's one of those things where I don't get the decisions that lead us up to make that decision.
Well, it's because they probably go like, hey man, we haven't been in a movie in a minute. We'll pay you like literally an extra $1 million towards your movie or towards your brand to put it in there, and they're like, that's an extra $1 million.
It's just crazy. It's insane to me that they're like. That it's been this compromising thing.
Titans of industry, man. They'll just buy you out. That's the world we live in. Okay, we'll keep going. Imaginary. That's the one we were just. It
looks bad.
So the one, the Blumhouse one, where
it's
the
like, scary one.
It was just my imagination.
Sorry, but you're competing with Ifs, and that has Ryan Reynolds in it.
Ifs looks good, yeah. So Ifs is another movie. If you don't know what that is, and any movie we say, just literally go and look up the trailers.
I think Imaginary. Honestly, this is the worst possible year it could come out.
No.
When was the last time we had an Imaginary Friends movie, and now we have 2 coming out? Okay.
It's like, yeah, because it's kind of the same. It's not the same premise, but it's like Imaginary is a scary version of like Imaginary Friends are real.
Isn't the new Inside Out coming out this year, or is that coming out next year?
Inside Out Part 2. That one looks good.
That looks good. I like the idea of anxiety joining and.
Yeah, I think Inside Out 2 was definitely the movie that, or Inside Out 1 was definitely one of those movies where you're like, you know what? Out of Pixar movies, like, because they did sequels to other Pixar movies, people were like, give me an Inside Out 2. It's been a while. They're coming back with it. They're keeping the same magical vibe from the trailers and stuff.
It looks like, yeah.
I think it's going to be done well.
As long as they don't make the new emotions annoying.
Well, I mean, it's anxiety. Like, they're like supposed to be problematic.
There's more than one.
Maybe if they're not too, like, I don't think they're going to be too annoying.
I hope that they're not like Minions.
You know what's the funny thing? If she's still on the creative team, the person who wrote Inside Out or helped develop Inside Out, same person who did Velma.
Oh yeah.
Mindy Kaling. Yeah. She just can make.
She cooked with Inside Out.
She cooks with kids stuff. And
if you guys want to hear about our thoughts on Velma, we have another episode.
We did. Just go scroll through the channel. Yeah. We did not like that show.
Rough.
Arthur the King.
Oh, can I see a picture?
Yeah, it's the Mark Wahlberg one where with the dog, where he.
I don't think I've seen the commercial. Or
you did. You said it. You said it. I think it's gonna suck. Where he's like the triathlon runner and the dog follows him.
Yeah, that one's gonna be bad. Well, it might be touching.
It's gonna be a sports movie. I feel like
I can get behind some sports movies.
Roadhouse, the reboot with Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor.
Not for me.
It's going straight to Prime. So I
thought you were gonna say Drake's in it.
No.
I was gonna be like, no way.
I think I'm gonna watch the movie now.
Yeah, I think I have to watch the movie now.
I think it's gonna be, if it knows what it is, and I think it does, it's gonna be just silly Prime fun. I think it has. That's the thing I picked up. I think about this news.
I think that's the thing I picked up.
I think that's the stuff I picked up about certain networks is they have a specific writing to them because you feel like I think they recycle their writers, and that's fine. I mean, that's how you get good working jobs. But like you can tell you're watching like a Netflix movie and a Prime movie by just like the cameras, the writing, and you're kind of like, oh, or sometimes even the actors. Like,
dude, and I think we should submit our film to, because we've been working on the short film. I mean, Prime wouldn't be bad. It would be a distribution.
I didn't realize for a while Netflix actually has like short films in their catalog, but like it's normally Netflix made.
You have to have
you can't really sell to Netflix.
You can but the requirements, there are like certain requirements for the camera quality.
I don't think, I mean, because like theirs is normally like Blackmagic. Ours is probably built more for like Prime could probably take us.
I mean, Prime took Llamageddon. By the way, we should do a keep it short episode over Llamageddon.
Yeah, Llamageddon is pretty cool.
Reach out to the director of that.
Civil War. We watched that trailer where like the United States is in a civil war between like the East and the West.
Oh yeah.
And it's got the guy who played Todd from Breaking Bad. That looks pretty cool. I think that's gonna be a good movie. I think it's gonna be just one of those like the world is in
the world's in a dire need of a hero, and this is him.
Well, no hero, but just straight up like the world's. And on election year, that's bold. That's a bold way to drop a movie.
I mean, good year to drop it if people were worried about the election.
Yeah. Abigail, the vampire.
That one looked bad.
I think it's going to be pretty cool. I think that's just me I think the movie's going to be dumb and funny.
I thought Renfield was going to be pretty cool, and then Renfield was bad.
Renfield was a little bad. I think I can still... I acknowledge having fun with Renfield, but I can call it was dumb. Monkey Man. You see that trailer? Jordan Peele?
No, I have not.
So Monkey Man is like this kind of it's kind of semi-spy thing. It's an Indian-led and directed film by Dev Patel. Dev Patel was
Indian or Native American?
Indian, like the country of India.
Gotcha.
I was gonna start listing off like the sub-countries, but I was like, no. So you know who Dev Patel is?
Yes,
kind of. So. He played Zuko in the live-action movie.
Yes, yeah.
He was in the Wes Anderson short films. He was in Lion, Slumdog Millionaire. I really like him. I've been following his work for a while.
It's a lot of good shit.
He's directing and starring in the movie, and it looks really cool. The trailer, it's like just an Indian action film, but like,
is it a Bollywood style film or is it a Hollywood style Bollywood film?
I actually think it's gonna be a mix of both.
Interesting.
I don't think it's gonna have the Bollywood style all the way.
It's gonna have like the Bollywood.
Because it's still produced
the Bollywood story structure, but like the Hollywood effects.
Yeah, because it's still produced by Jordan Peele's company, so it's gonna probably be American made. But it does feel really good. The Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling.
That's gonna be bad.
I kind of see it being a little bad. I do.
I think it's gonna end up being
It's got a charming
rough.
cast, but I think it's gonna be.
It's one of those movies that like.
You're banking off the charm of the actors.
Yeah, next year you're going to be like, you remember that movie with all those actors in it? And I'd be like, no.
What movie? What's the name?
Yeah, I don't remember.
It looks charming, and I love Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt, but it does look like one of those movies you're going to forget about. The Garfield movie with Chris Pratt.
That looks like it's going to be really good. I can't even lie. It looks like it's pretty good.
Anyone who doubted Chris Pratt as like Super Mario being the Super Mario movie,
I can't doubt him anymore.
You can't doubt him. It's Illumination again.
I've been told by a lot of people that I am similar to that orange cat.
Chris Pratt's making a
So I got to support my homie, I guess.
Chris Pratt is just killing it.
He's diverse. He's fun.
Speaking of John Krasinski, I don't know if he's directing this one, but they're making another Quiet Place.
I don't think he's involved in it.
Okay, this one's the kind of like a prequel, kind of. It's talking about the first.
It is. It's from a different character's perspective
in New York,
but it's at the same time.
Because in the trailer they show like the other movies.
Although there's a shot where they're inside a room and the Death Angels are crawling around the outside of the room. That looks very cool.
Also, the guy in the second one, the guy who gets killed, he's in this movie. So maybe he's like they're connected, but it's definitely connected. But it's definitely
it's the same universe, same dude.
It's a side story, but it's not. I don't think John Krasinski made, but it looks really cool. We talked about Deadpool 3.
I hate to say it, I don't know if I want to support it because I like supporting John Krasinski.
What?
He is one of my favorite directors right now.
He's killing. I mean,
he's not my favorite director, but he is.
I don't think he's made. I mean, I don't know more of his work besides like A Quiet Place and stuff like that. But he's been making like banger after banger. I mean, it's just facts.
Bro is in a Marvel movie.
Yeah, he was Mr. Fantastic, and he got recasted because his character got chopped up into spaghetti. Which I don't want to talk about that too much because we may do that another one. But I'm okay with the casting. I like the casting.
I like the casting. The movie sucked.
I think some people. You think it's gonna suck?
Oh,
I meant the new casting.
My bad. I meant Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, I think the new casting looks good. It has to, but the thing is, like you're saying,
I don't know about Pedro.
That's some people's big concerns. I think that people were looking for more of a bit of a stoic Reed Richards.
It's just
he's also
Krasinski,
casting.
I think, is better than
Pedro Pascal.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that he's the perfect casting. I think
we'll have to see.
Yeah.
I think
honestly, he may blow me out of the, it may like completely blow it out of the water.
My only expectation is
he's a great actor.
Marvel's pretty competent at dropping some good origin stories and ensemble team things, and also they kind of have to like out of any other movie, dropping the ball or whatever. You can't do it on Fantastic Four because you have to break the curse. There's not been a single good Fantastic Four movie. You know, you could
my
debate.
My prediction, it's just gonna be okay.
Just all right.
It'll probably be the best of the Fantastic Four movies.
It'll be best of the Fantastic Four, but it's gonna be just like a solid maybe 7.
Yeah, not even that. I bet you it's a solid 6.
Like I could rewatch it, and it's definitely definitively better. It's competent. This will be a fun one you like. Beetlejuice 2. Beetlejuice.
I don't really think there needs to be another one.
Do you think if they make it, they need to make a third one just so the title can be Beetlejuice?
That'd be funny if they did Beetlejuice.
They keep making like made-for-TV movies.
Dude, I don't want any of that.
I haven't heard much about it.
It's not the original cast, right? It is the original cast?
Michael Keaton's coming back. Winona Ryder's coming back. Jenna Ortega's going to be in it. It's going to be...
I'm sorry. I think Jenna Ortega overrated. Has been a curse recently.
On a lot of the horror stuff?
Yeah, she's in like everything. And don't get me wrong, she's a good actress. But I think...
Is it saying too much of a character?
Well, every movie I've seen her in, I've not liked.
X
was bad. That movie is bad. And if you like X, you're wrong.
Did you like Wednesday, the show?
Wednesday was good. I liked Wednesday. I hated
a movie
X.
called Miller's Girl. That was really bad.
She was in really Scream, the new Scream. Yeah, I think the new Scream was not very good. It was shot well, but I think they lost a lot of the original.
I think by the third act,
magic.
I was kind of turning off.
Yeah, I don't think, and don't get me wrong, she's a good actress, but I'm scared that she has become someone who horror goes to immediately. And when I see somebody in a horror movie a lot, I can't sympathize.
You want to know what
anymore.
I think she's getting? She's getting the right now in the moment actress girl vibe, where she's gonna be casted in everything because she's just everyone wants to see her in a movie, no matter the quality, and that's what Millie Bobby Brown got with all these movies. And she's finally Millie Bobby Brown. I think it's maybe the thing is she's younger than Jenna Ortega, but like she got out of it. Like her last big thing was with like Godzilla versus Kong. And people were like, why were you in that movie? You weren't important. She's gotten out of it since then. I mean, she's going to do other movies, but she's doing like Netflix movies now.
She's in the first Godzilla movie.
She is, but there's no point for her character even being in that movie.
Or not the first one, but Godzilla versus Ghidorah. She's in that
Godzilla, and the King of the Monsters. But it just... She wasn't necessarily in that. And I'm saying I think Jenna Ortega's in this vibe where she's going to be casted a lot. And for her, good for you, making money.
Yeah, she's making
being
money.
In films. But you don't want to get desaturated too much, and then people be like, I don't want to see Jenna Ortega
in the
ever.
horror genre, it really sucks because when you see somebody die from one movie, you subconsciously aren't as worried if you see them alive in a different movie. And I think that's why a lot of good horror movies are the ones where they have up-and-coming actors who don't do horror again and stuff. People who do it like for the one time.
Maybe twice.
Yeah. And if you survive, it's fine to do it twice.
Yeah.
But that's, I think... the reason a lot of horror movie series get weird and not fun to watch is because you have the same cast a lot of the time coming back.
What she'll probably do is she's really bouncing around. I mean, I think personally she is someone that does like the horror genre, but like she started off her career with Disney and then she moved on to kind of like the family movies. She did a movie called like Yes Day or something, and then she kicked off her horror stuff with Babysitter 2.
And I mean this
she's in the Element. I think honestly she'll she'll probably get an action role in like 3 years, and she's just gonna hit every genre because that's what some actors do. Some actors just play around, hit all the genres. Matthew McConaughey was in some drama, feel good movies. He was in Texas Chainsaw movie. He was, and then he's now doing whatever the heck he wants to do because he's Matthew McConaughey.
I think Jenna Ortega will probably get not bored, but she'll probably just stop getting good offers for horror movies.
Do you think is she on? I think she's still too young and still not as exposed to some people. She's got a lot of backing, a lot of fans, but I don't know if she's on the A list yet.
No, she's really. I think
mid B.
I think she's high B.
High B.
I think she's really close.
She's very hot right now.
I will say.
I'm talking about her status.
She was in the Scream movie is what makes me want to give her A-list celebrity.
Because she kind of helped revive Scream.
I mean, but to be real, the Scream movies have never been a really big A-list film.
Scream 1 was like
I'm just
low A, I think.
It's the Scream movies.
Scream is for the fans.
They stick around to B tier movies. And that's okay.
Yeah,
the Scream movies are good.
Also, when you're in like, I think it was Scream 5 was one of the legacy movies that was done good. Again, like in this era of like 2015 to
Dude,
to
the
now.
new Halloween was so bad.
Halloween Ends. It was bad. It was. I don't know if it's the worst one. I remember a couple worse ones too, but it's up there. It's down there.
It's pretty rough. But I will say Jenna Ortega, I mean, she kills it in Scream 5. And I think Scream 5 isn't even that bad of a movie. Like, I'm not a big Ghostface freak, and that's okay. You know, like if you like Ghostface, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
But I'm not the biggest fan of the franchise. But honestly, I mean, Jenna Ortega, I want to see her get a breakout role where she does get into an A-list movie.
Like Margot Robbie did?
Yeah, because, I mean, X was a B-list movie for sure.
Yeah. And
I mean, it just, all those went under the radar.
That's another movie. Maxine, it's ending the trilogy because you had X.
Oh, yeah, Maxine was there.
Because you had X, you had Pearl, which was the prequel, and then Maxine is a sequel to X.
That franchise, I'm sorry, those movies suck.
You don't like Pearl?
No.
Do you think Pearl was better than X, though?
Yes.
I think so, too.
I think X was the worst movie out of that, at least out of those
Well,
trilogy.
I mean, we haven't seen Maxine yet, so
I bet you Maxine's better. I bet it's better than Pearl.
I think it just keeps getting better because people getting more support, more time.
Yeah, I don't know how a movie like that gets...
Made?
No, but gets like 2 extra movies attached to it.
Well, he was filming it at the same time. That's what it was.
Oh, that's fair.
A24 was like, you know what? This is going to be... We're giving you a lot of stuff. Mia Goth, we like Mia Goth. She's pretty cool right now.
A24 doesn't have... I don't think they have a lot of misses, but I think X is one of those. And I went and watched it with somebody who was super... Like, is way more into horror movies than I am. And she also did not like it that much. Like, there's a lot of stuff missing from it. It's a very... There's a lot of holes, and there's a lot of plot holes. And
did you see... Speaking of
weirdness...
horror... Speaking of kind of like horror, did you see this trailer for this movie called... I believe it's called Love Lies Bleeding.
I haven't seen it yet.
So it's a trailer about like this big... She's a bodybuilder woman, and her whole thing is like, she wants to be strong, and this person, she's in love with this other girl, and then the thing is that they get caught up in a murder, and that messes with her psyche, and her, because she's always been very focused on determined, and it kind of, so it's like a bit of a thriller. That looks really cool, and just, you know, it looks different. It looks different, and also you're like, you know, I mean, obviously thrillers kind of recycle themselves every once in a while. But it goes out there. Toxic Avenger, the reboot. They're making a Toxic Avenger movie with what's his name? Guy who played Frodo. Someone help me out here.
I don't know it.
Mr. Director.
I've never watched him.
Elijah Wood. Thank you. Elijah Wood he's gonna be the lead character. I think he's gonna be the Toxic Avenger. I've never seen the old one. I know the old one is pretty gross, but like in cult following way. And so this one is going to be hopefully similar.
Unfortunately, I've not seen the trailer. I can't speak on it.
I think I saw it, but I forgot about it. Moana 2, such a small teaser. All it was
not needed.
Not needed. Well, I think it's not needed because we're getting a Moana 2, and then like in a couple years we're getting the live action Moana.
Dude,
so they're Moana-ing out.
We absolutely 100% do not need Moana 2.
Well,
that's not a needed story.
It's like with Frozen. Like, unfortunately, I think it's cool animation. We didn't need a Frozen 2. I think it's just Disney being like, what can we... Because, well, also for Disney, I think they're doing this because they need to sell some tickets. Because last year was very unprofitable for them with both Pixar and Disney. and they were like, okay, we need to get some like money in here. So what can we do? Easy IP that made $1 billion last time.
Man,
because
I'm
Wish,
sure it'll
Wish
do well.
bombed.
Wish got what it deserved. That shows. I mean, that just shows you can't do it.
I let you live here for free, and I don't even charge you rent.
I need to watch it.
I haven't seen it, but I heard it was bad.
I need to watch it.
I heard it was very mediocre.
I heard that there was that the main bad guy really wasn't even a bad guy. And his song was okay.
And his wife was like just okay with him being killed or turned into a frog.
Yeah, and also I heard that they basically that really the girl is the villain in the story when it's always been very clear what's going on.
Yeah.
And I worry that the moment you make it, if you make I don't know, the Shadow Man from
if you made Tiana the villain, Shadow Man's under.
Yeah, and he's but it's his side of the story, and we see his deals with the voodoo because he had to do that. Don't do that. Yeah, just make him the bad guy and make her the good guy.
Yeah, don't make them very because also
I want to root for a Disney princess.
You'll make us feel bad because if you tell me that the Huns were actually good and China was being bad, I'm gonna be like, well, now that ruins Mulan for me.
Yeah, and now I don't care about that.
Now I don't care about the movie. Yeah.
It just don't break your easy formula that puts butts in seats.
Yeah, because it will work. Sonic 3, butts in seats.
Bad. It's gonna be bad.
Also, there's a Knuckles TV show coming out.
I know the Knuckles TV show looks bad too. To be honest,
well, they haven't.
That whole franchise, I don't like.
You don't like the Sonic franchise? Mm-mm. I think it's and I love. I'm taking this from somebody else. A film critic I watch. He calls it a Taco Bell movie, where it's you know what you're getting. It's junk food, but it's still kind of delicious. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm thinking. I've never been a big Sonic nerd. I played one game.
I'm not super.
But the first movie was good. The second movie, Jim Carrey being Robotnik is so much fun for me. And he's coming back to do the third one. Oh. Even though he said he retired. Or people are alluding to it. I don't know if it's true
If he comes back, I'll give it a shot. If he doesn't.
And we're getting Shadow. I mean, that's his biggest, Eggman is his biggest villain. But Shadow is his biggest, rival. Mm-hmm. It's like Goku and Vegeta. It's that. I have faith in it. There hasn't.
I would say that Knuckles and him are more like Goku and Vegeta.
There's not a trailer. Probably there's not a trailer. So we can't.
Actually.
So Shadow's his Piccolo.
No, Shadow's his Frieza. They don't become friends. I don't believe.
They're not allies, but they're not
I don't think. Well, Knuckles and him become friends, and Piccolo becomes friends with Goku.
Yeah. Okay. Well, then I have terrible analogies. Let's see.
Hello, Sans.
Wicked Part 1.
It's gonna probably be good. It looks like it's gonna be pretty fun.
I like
musicals.
I wish they would market musicals though.
They don't market them as musicals. Nope, they market them as movies to catch people.
Yeah, because they didn't do it for Mean Girls. They didn't do it for West Side Story. They keep marketing movies that are musical movies. They are literally musical movies, and they in the Heights. It was the last time I saw a musical movie be marketed as a musical movie, and that hurts the box office. They've all been kind of getting struck by it. Not cool,
dude. Wicked is that's just a musical.
Yeah, it's a book written and it turned to a play about the other. This is the only time I think it kind of works. Mm-hmm. The other side. Why is the Wicked Witch evil? And this is also it's not canon in a sense. It's like a what if story.
I know the if the Broadway cast. I don't know if they're doing it. I don't think they are. But the Broadway cast kills that
Ariana Grande.
I'm sure it'll be good then.
I don't know. I don't know about anything about the Broadway cast, but I read the book back in middle school. It was pretty cool. I love Wizard of Oz. It was one of the first movies I've ever seen, so I think it's gonna be chill. I don't know. There's not much about this movie that has been talked about. It's called Megalopolis. It's Francis Ford Coppola's new movie. He's been working on it since 2021 though.
I'm sure it'll be good.
But it's got it's like Oppenheimer, where it's got cast members stacked on people you know. I don't know much about it. There was a small teaser, and it was just telling you
who's
name.
The guy who is Oppenheimer in the movie?
Cillian Murphy.
Do you think he went from B-list to A-list because of that movie? Surely, right?
He already been A-list.
Well,
he was.
Last thing I saw him in was Peaky Blinders. Before that,
I think he was a low A, but I think he's also getting Oscar buzz. He's like now bumped up.
Well, I think because if Jenna Ortega is high B, I think he was a high B as well.
No, because he has had more time. He was in 28 Days Later. He was in the Batman films for Christopher Nolan. He was in Inception. He was in Dunkirk.
I always forget he was in.
He's been rocking with Christopher Nolan for a while, and he's done some other outside work stuff. So I think he was like a low A.
Either way, it shot him into the stratosphere.
Because you've always kind of been like that guy. But
I know who that guy is.
But this movie definitely shot him into like, that's Cillian Murphy, bro.
Yeah.
Because I mean, Peaky Blinders got the TV people on him, but this movie got him on him. And Christopher Nolan, this movie had the sauce.
Mm-hmm.
It was good.
I was literally just watching how they were doing the effects before we started recording.
I gotta rewatch it because on my channel I'm making a Oscar prediction video before 2 days before the Oscars drop.
That'd be fun.
Or the day of. I have like 20 movies left to watch.
Welcome back.
Well, technically for you guys, it's like 1 second in, but we had a little technical difficulties, aka the battery died, and we are 2 days in the future. Hello.
Oh wow, is it 2 days actually? That sucks. So
no, technically not.
Well, within these 2 days,
it was 1 day within the 2 days. Sorry,
we kind of talked about the most anticipated movies,
and we actually saw some movies. We saw two. We saw Spaceman and Dune 2. Well, technically, I saw Dune twice.
Yeah, he did.
We recorded. We recorded, and I was like sitting here sipping my water, like, that's a crazy movie. I bet it's gonna be pretty good.
I can't believe he did that.
I was set up.
So I think we had just. Man, basically, sorry guys if we don't start off from the immediate place like we did last time.
I think we were like, I was literally like, that was one of the last movies we were talking about. I forgot which one it was, but I was basically rapping. But I think the movies are just gonna be good this year. I'm not trying to cut us off. I think we're gonna keep going, but I think they are just good and have a lot of promise. But also, I think a lot of them were pushback from last year, so it's gonna be a little stale in some months and really interesting other months. There's a lot of variety. I think it's a good thing about the year.
And we kind of expressed a lot of our feelings about a lot of the movies for this year. We did watch Spaceman literally just a bit ago.
We like 10, 15
Oh
minutes
my
ago.
gosh, it was very good. Definitely worth the watch. Just to throw that as a recommendation. And of course, we're just trying to kind of talk about a couple wrapping up ideas and then just end her off.
What'd you feel, Dune? Let's talk Dune. I know
we can't talk Dune. We're doing keeping it short.
We'll talk Dune and keeping it short. Sorry.
Yeah, go watch that episode, which will probably come out before this one.
Probably. You might get a little confused why other episode, Cooper and Christian are talking about like, I'm anticipated, and then they saw it, but we just heard they saw. Listen, we're weird timelines, beginning and end, spaceman logic from the movie.
Yeah, Spaceman was really good.
Would you say that would be, if that happened to you, if you were the I think his name was Yakov, would you be him or would you be the spider? I feel like you'd be the spider.
I'd rather be him because
I would rather not be him. He seems very sad.
Yeah, but like
going to space and the weird.
I
wish they explained it more. Like, listen, I like everything during. I think the setup is not strong.
I told Cooper we should do a keeping it short over it, but he does not agree.
I don't think it's needed. I think it was a cool movie, but I don't think it has. I think for the algorithm, it doesn't have the traction.
Then spoilers ahead, I guess.
We'll talk about it right now.
We can do
super
it.
quick.
Talk about some.
We'll give it 5 minutes, and then we'll wrap on the end. Just so you know what, you guys hear the first movie we talk about of the year, 3 months in.
3 months in, yeah.
Spaceman. My thoughts. Pretty cool movie. Adam Sandler. Already been proved with Punch Drunk Love and Uncut Gems. He could do a drama movie. He's really good. I think he just wants a variety. I forget if this is produced by him and Happy Madison Productions. I think maybe not. But I also did see his kid in the film.
Yeah, that was cool. Do you... My question is...
I saw the Bar Mitzvah movie, so I was like, that's his kid.
Yeah. Or, well, here's my final thoughts on it. I thought it was a thought-provoking piece.
It's deep. Yeah, I mean, it's very, very thinking.
Yeah, and Adam Sandler, it almost made me cry. It was really good. Adam Sandler
on the phone call was good with his wife.
And Adam Sandler, he killed it. I mean, he just absolutely destroyed the role. And then the voice for the spider was really, really cool.
Paul Dano always kills it. Good job. I like the hug between them when they share it. It's nice.
Yeah. Spoiler alerts, like I said. Adam Sandler does not die, but the spider does. And that's the reason I was saying I'd rather be Adam Sandler.
He kind of gets Big Hero 6 in a way, man.
Yeah, kind of.
Self-sacrifice in the void. didn't mean to make a comparison to Big Hero 6, but it's been on my mind for like a month now.
Bro wants to talk about Big Hero 6.
I want to rewatch Big Hero 6, bro.
I can't wait to do a regular. Oh, by the way, so we're gonna try to hold ourselves to this.
What we just talked about
Tuesdays.
So every Tuesday we're gonna be in here, Christian's room or apartment,
and we're gonna try to record
or go out. We're gonna try to record an episode. We're also gonna try
watch a movie.
Watch a movie. Either it's gonna be like a solo thing, or if it's like, because we were talking about earlier in this episode,
and we want to produce some more stuff together.
Planet of the Apes, and then also film stuff, which you guys won't really see, but
you'll get to see on our Instas.
on our individual stuff. If you follow us there, they're in the links and everything.
And honestly, we may have some episodes in the future where we talk about that.
Yeah, we also breakdown maybe with getting an actor in here or something like that.
Something else we need to do is get some mics.
We need at least one more.
At least one more.
Realistically, we probably would only get one person, but if we could get two more, that could even capture group sounds. And if we could do a group thing, I mean, obviously when our bigger film drops, probably more like in summertime, but still, it'd be good if everyone was back for a bit. We would do like a big group interview, or if it was even like sections where it's like, okay, we can get maybe the lead actors here, and then me and my co-star, and you, because we're all three. I'm
not your co-star.
You're my co-star, but you're not my like starring co-star. You know?
In the movie,
my partner.
Oh,
I'm talking about like if we did. I'll drop names. If we did,
you just do the characters.
We did 3 parts. Yeah. Okay. We'll do. Yeah. Well, we could just do real people name. Why not?
Okay, cool. Do the first name though, because I don't know if they want to.
Christian Wilson.
No, my full government's out there now.
I'll do the character names then. I'm saying like if we did like
Mrs. Allen, Mr. Allen,
Mrs. Allen, Mr. Allen, Danny, and then
Danny's me, by the way, guys.
Yeah, and then so because it's like we're those characters, and then you, but then also we do an episode with Monica, Miguel, Danny, me. I mean, obviously you're Danny, but we talk with them, and then we do a crew one where it's like director, cinematographer.
I was thinking it'd be kind of fire to do a live stream watching of it, and then we pause it and like talk about it as we go.
For
me,
real
you,
deal?
And DJ.
Like a commentary.
Yeah. Well, we have like the footage up.
Track.
Maybe we do like a video.
Obviously, I think we'd have to do the thing where it's like, we maybe sometimes input a clip, and because you can't do the whole thing for copyright reasons. I mean, it's our film, but just so you don't want to watch the whole film in such a short format, it's like we watch it and it's like super low hearing, so maybe audio.
Well, no,
I mean, it's our film. We could do it the heck we want.
And
but it's also like
if we do commentary, it is technically changing it enough. It is, but we have to do commentary during. We can't do commentary after.
No, it has to be like the movie is still moving. Like nothing pauses. We just keep talking.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's definitely muted. It's definitely like we're the more important sound.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't think we want to do a lot of overlaying with stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, every Tuesday we want to just build more. And
we're gonna really, really
be consistent.
Try to be consistent.
Yes, there is no do or do not. It is strictly fully try.
Yeah.
Because we'll probably miss a couple Tuesdays or get busy, or maybe not post anything or be waiting. But we will do our best to do it. Because like we said, one of those ones that we want to do like is Planet of the Apes, and if we only watch like a movie or 2 movies, because realistically it's so hard to watch. We did just tonight, but it's hard to watch like more than 2 movies a day.
Yeah,
and that's me also being like Mr.
I'm grinding. Tonight we watched 4.5 hours worth of movies.
Yeah, I mean I'm out here grinding, but I'm also grinding myself. I've technically watched 3 movies today. I watched one really early in the morning.
Watched Dune in the morning.
No, I watched. I'll pull it up right now on my letterbox. I'm doing an Oscar thing on my channel. I said it already, but I'm watching trying to watch every single Oscar movie I can. And it was kind of an overlay, like 11 o'clock to now. But I've been watching and don't worry, it doesn't affect my life, Mom. If you're watching, I have good grades. I promise. I'm just saying, when I have free time, I kind of do it there. I watch This Is Where I Leave You. It's made by this guy called, director name, his name is Sean Levy. He did the Night of the Museum movies, and he's doing Deadpool 3. So nice. Kind of intermittent with, it was an older movie. It was a Netflix thing, but I was watching that. That know anything with whatever I just said about the Oscars, but it just, Perfect Days did. I saw that yesterday as well. Super quick. It was only.
Cooper watches a lot of movies. He watches way more movies than I do.
I'm a movie guy. I honestly, my dream is to be a writer, but also if I could be a film critic on the side, because it's such a remote job. Because that's like my life, dude. I mean, I go out, I do some fun stuff, but I also, when I have my me time, what do I want to go do? Watch a movie, go to a theater, watch, go to a different one.
I still want to get Hans on at some point. I'm sure we can make that work. Yeah,
I would love that. I need to watch the film. I also would love to talk to him about my film idea. That is, I still need to write the script for it, but it's slightly the same premise where it's like my person is, or I have a character who dreams of a chick, and it's like he falls in love with her, but then she's a person in real life, but she doesn't know who he is. And then I saw the trailer for his film, and I was like, uh-oh. But I wrote it without being aware. But that's also saying, like, you could write Dune. Someone could be writing Dune right now and not know that Dune exists. And then it's like, well, you can't produce Dune.
Yeah, and I mean, no stories are original. And as long as it's different, I'm sure it could be something. And I love the idea of having, like a corner where we can start talking about that and stuff. But yeah, no, we just wanted to kind of wrap up the back end of this podcast.
Yeah, because like I said, sorry for a while, and it's abruptly cut. And but you know what? I mean, at least we didn't just be lazy and be like, that's the end of the episode. We wanted to come in and finish it and just kind of give you guys a bit of a better conclusion.
So basically, the overall are there's only going to be a couple good movies this year. It sucks, but it's because of the writer.
What are your bottom three?
My bottom three.
What do you remember?
Godzilla.
Abigail,
the Beekeeper.
It already happened. I feel it changed.
What happened this year?
Yeah, but it's already out.
Are we doing that? It will be out.
Will be out.
I'm sure some will get out while we're okay. So as of right now, Godzilla. Goodness.
Because technically, like Madam Web already came out, but you pass.
Oh yeah, Madam Web would definitely be on there if we were just doing it for this year.
Okay, I'll throw some down here that I think will be sleepers, like dumb. And oh man, I gotta look at like bad. Godzilla definitely is. Godzilla's just gonna be dumb. You said Abigail. You weren't a fan of.
Yeah.
I think Kraven the Hunter definitely. Despicable Me 4. I think it's gonna be very bland. As of recording, Megamind 2. Or like,
oh, I forgot that's
just
coming
dropped.
out.
It has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Rough.
But it's also like none of the original cast is back.
Yeah, I don't know what they were doing.
What it is they're making Peacock acquired the rights and they were making a TV show about it. It's like with Monsters vs. Aliens. Nickelodeon had the film rights. They made a TV show about it.
The TV show slapped.
Not the TV show slapped, but on comparison to this one though, they don't have any of the same voice actors from any of the characters. The animation is a lot cheaper. They bring up like episodic stuff about it. It's the thing that kind of tears the IP sort of, because I'm gonna forget about this ever existed after this year. But Megamind is a great standalone product. It sometimes gets forgotten because
it came out whenever
it came out whenever those movies came out, and it also is like a singular movie. It's just a movie. It's not an IP, but it's a gem of a movie. And people are always like, well, why isn't there a sequel? Because it doesn't need a sequel. And then they make a sequel, which is really just a backdoor TV pilot. It's like the pilot to the TV show, just given like another extra 30 minutes of runtime into like an hour movie. It's all released on Peacock to promote the TV show that's coming out. So it's just a complete marketing draw that I think sucks.
Yeah.
And no one's gonna watch, and those who do watch are giving it zeros because it's bad.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but Megamind, it sucks because the original movie really good, but it came out in the worst possible.
It came out when
it competed with the exact same movie that it was. It came out from Illumination.
It came out with the bangers, yeah, because Despicable Me was, and I mean, comparatively, I think. Comparatively, Megamind I prefer more because I think as an adult
it's a lot funnier.
It's a lot funnier, but I do think emotionally though, and there's some good stuff. I'm not saying Despicable Me is a bad movie. It's a good movie. Gru's great.
Yeah.
The kids are great. They have a better foundation when it comes to like them. Because like I'd rather root for the guy who's trying to have a family and didn't have one of his own than the guy who just wants a girlfriend and want people to like him. But like that's two different genres. Someone who's a loner may prefer that than Despicable Me. But yeah, it came out literally at the same time and fighting other hard IPs, and I think it was a financial success.
I think it became a cult classic too. I know that there was some other media. I think they had a half movie come out. Where it was like
it was one of those. It was one of those
1.5.
like
direct to DVD.
Well, I don't think it was a 0.5, but it was like a 30-minute like DreamWorks special thing that they do, where it's like, oh, this is a little extra. Maybe I don't remember fully, but they never did anything more with it. And and that's probably why it got a cult following, because it's such a smaller IP, but it is so good. I mean, there is no Easter Bunny, there is no Santa Claus, there is no Queen of England.
Kind of a crazy quote. It hits kind of different now.
Now that she's gone.
Yeah.
The day that happened, all the memes came flooding back from that movie.
Oh yeah, insane. But yeah, I think
those. So Godzilla, I guess technically Megamind, maybe
Godzilla, Megamind, and Abigail, and probably also Kung Fu Panda. I think that one's at least going to look really good.
I think it's going to be fine. I think it's just disappointing, and that's why it's so low.
I am going to go watch Godzilla.
I'm going to watch Godzilla. I'm going to watch all those movies. But
he's going to watch Godzilla with me.
I think the worst coming up, definitely Kraven the Hunter, Sonyverse, just messing up stuff there.
Yeah, doesn't he have powers in this movie?
He has lion powers. Okay. He gets Spider-Man bit by a lion, and Kraven the Hunter, who's a bad guy and hunts animals, is actually an activist, and his dad's the hunter.
Is the lion or
and the rhino's in it,
lion?
and he's genetically mutated into a rhino.
Oh, that's fine, but
I don't know. I want a big guy in a suit.
Is the lion radioactive like Spider-Man? Because it's a radioactive spider, right?
I think it's just a lion that happened to give him lion because it's cross genetic mutation. His blood got in his blood.
That movie is gonna suck.
It's going to suck, but I think it's actually going to be funny, where Madam Web wasn't funny. So at least it's going to be funny bad.
I hope so.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm going to give Abigail a chance. I think it's going to be fine. I think my big disappointment, Kong, I think it's just going to be...
It's going to be so silly.
It's going to be dumb. I think the movies I think are going to be bad are also going to be funny.
I want to go see that one in IMAX or something to just give it a shot. Because, I mean, Godzilla movies in IMAX go nuts.
It looks fine. Like, the graphics are always going to hit... I mean, this is a little cheaper than the other stuff, but also like
they look like Fortnite skins.
They know what they're getting into, but they're still taking it to. I could see Fortnite capitalizing and making a collab bundle.
They probably will.
Get the Godzilla pack, and listen, bro, I'm a player.
Get the Kong with the mechanized arm skin.
I don't know, bro. I think it's just they know they're trying to be goofy with it. They know it's a dumb action movie, but
they got a fan base that'll eat it up.
It's like Fast and Furious fan base. They'll keep eating up those movies, and they'll keep showing up because they know, listen, we know what it is. It's dumb fun.
It's family.
How do you not think this is cinema? Why is everyone getting mad at the movies?
No one can understand the masterpiece that is Transformers
Godzilla 1, not Shin Godzilla, not the OG Japanese one, not Godzilla -1, the one with Bryan Cranston.
Ooh, I need to watch Godzilla -1.
I saw it twice. The Bryan Cranston one. 2014. That's a good movie.
Yeah, that one's good.
King of the Monsters. Or sorry, not King of the Monsters yet. Kong Skull Island. That's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
King of the Monsters. Flawed.
Pretty good though.
Enjoyable. Kong versus Godzilla. Rough. And this one I think is gonna be more enjoyable than Kong Godzilla because at least they cut some characters, but I think it's really gonna be dumb.
I'm gonna put my money on it, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be really dumb, but the action scenes are gonna be really silly and fun.
They're gonna be good. Where I'm gonna be like, I don't care about scientist lady's dead sister or whatever.
I think when it comes
care
out,
about the fighting.
I think when it comes out, we should do a Godzilla episode where we talk about Godzilla -1. We should just compare those two movies.
Let's compare a good Godzilla movie and then this movie because
Shin Godzilla as well. We could throw that in there.
I think we just I don't know anything about Shin Godzilla. I say maybe
it's one of the best Godzilla movies.
Really? Okay, we'll talk about. We'll do this. We'll talk about Godzilla -1, the OG Godzilla, the Japanese one, Shin Godzilla, the 2014 Godzilla, and then this one because it's new. We're gonna. I get it's the Kong stuff, but we have to. I think Godzilla is more of the bigger IP than King Kong. I have the King Kong movies, but that's a lot of content. Maybe we'll change our mind. Maybe we'll do all those. We'll just
maybe we'll do a monkey movie marathon, and we'll add
monkey movie marathon. We do those. We do Rampage. We do
Rampage. We do the Planet of the Apes movies. We do.
I think. Well, I don't know.
You want to do the Planet of the Apes as our
I
own
want the
episode?
Planet of the Apes to be separate, but I could see us being like, let's do a monkey movie.
Oh, we could try
when another big.
We could do monkey movie March. Try to do like that franchise and then the Kong franchise and get 2 episodes out.
Yeah, because I'm pretty sure Planet of the Apes is coming out this year, this month. Is this Labor Day month or is it April? Memorial Day.
This is Labor Day month, I think. Oh God, this is gonna look rough looking back on it.
I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up because I have it written down whether or not it's this month or not.
It sucks right now to be a podcast about movies, especially with upcoming stuff. Dune was really good. Go watch Dune.
Godzilla vs. Kong technically comes out like the 29th of March, so technically we may catch it on a different day.
Mm-hmm.
Kingdom Planet of the Apes comes out in May. Is that Memorial Day? Damn. Well, it gives us more time. Monkey movie May. But we'll do the Godzilla. We'll do the Godzilla stuff for March.
Yeah, we'll do that for March.
In prep. We'll do the one of each of those. We may
Monster March.
Let's just do the Godzilla. Nah, let's not get too biggy because we still want to talk about other movies maybe too.
Well, honestly, it sucks. I think the bottom line here is most movies this month or this year are gonna be rough.
Just okay. I think they're gonna be just okay, but there's gonna be some diamonds in the rough. And then there's going to be some stinky poo-poo rocks that you're just going to pick up and be like, you gross.
You guys should go out and invite your friends to watch movies you've already seen.
But do go see Dune.
Yeah.
We're about to talk about it.
Especially if your first friend, if you've seen it before your other friends, and then you invite them out, and then you're like, oh, hey, by the way, guys, after the movie's over, we already saw it. It wasn't a special thing between us. You know, you guys should do that.
Yeah, you should grab that one friend that just isn't there and be like, hey, man.
Cooper did that to me.
We'll talk about it in Dune.
We'll talk about it in Dune.
Bye-bye.
Bye. This was The Real
Deal
Podcast.
See you next time.
See you guys.